I'm restoring this 1927 Cadillac, and I'm going to put the aluminum body edge molding back on it. If you take a look here, this is a body molding that wraps around the back part of the car, and it's full of all of these nails here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip these nails off one at a time, like this. You can't really pull them through. Okay, and then let me show you another piece of molding that I'm working on here on the workbench. First off, I straightened this out. It was tangled mess. And now I'm drilling screws to replace those nails, say about every 4 inches or so. So like that. Then I'm gonna countersink the screw so you don't see the head of it. And then I'm gonna put a screw in. Like this. And all the way down here, everywhere where you see these, I'm going to put these screws. Here's another one ready to go in. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to straighten this out. I'm going to draw a line on the lumber here. But if you take a look down like this, you'll see there's a big warp in it all the way down. But when I'm done with this, it's going to go back on the car, and it's going to be perfectly straight. This particular piece is a drip edge molding. The 1927 Cadillac was the first year that they put a rain guard or a drip edge molding, so when you opened up the doors, water wouldn't come in. And then we'll be putting this on the car pretty soon. Okay, I'm working on this piece of drip edge molding, and I'm grinding down the burrs in the holes that I've made here, and I'm taking off some of that black paint with a wire brush. It just fits right in the groove there, getting it ready on both sides here. Right here, there's just, see these are burrs from when I countersunk it. So I'm just taking those off. Okay, now I'm gonna take it off the framing here. We're restoring Al Capone's 1927 Cadillac and slowly putting pieces back on it. A couple days ago I put on the hood the stay that holds the hood open. So if you remember, we were flipping the hood back like this all the time. But now I put these stays back on where you have full access to the motor again. Also have it on both sides, so when you open up this other side here, you have total access to the motor, and now you can see straight through the firewall here, where before you can only work on one half of the motor at a time. Now, if you look here on the firewall, we're gonna be installing the oil filter here tomorrow. And right here, today I cleaned up this AC oil filter. You can see AC written on the bottom. Now this is not an in the motor oil filter. Can you see the AC right there? This one you would take this plug out, clean out the gunk, and then just continue. It also has these two brackets, and I'm getting ready to, they're primered, an automotive primer. I'm gonna paint those black. But if you're familiar with oil filters on cars, they're up underneath the car. This one goes up on the firewall, very different from today's oil filters. Also progressing along here, I got this piece installed, the drip edge molding. If you remember, it was all bent up and in the basement. And right here, there's a groove for water to come down to protect the door here. This was the first year this was put on any kind of a car. Follow it around, it goes here around the front only, not around the very back. If you remember that bent up piece of trimming, I've got it back on. Now this needs to be painted black. It's raw aluminum. It's a 80-year-old piece of aluminum, and it looks brand new. When I was working on it, I couldn't believe how aluminum, if cars were made out of aluminum, they wouldn't rot. I told you before, this whole car, here and here, is made out of aluminum. The doors are aluminum. There's no rust. And like I say, I'm slowly getting these pieces back on here and getting this 1927 Cadillac restored. Thank you very much.